Today is I'm getting a divorce and I'm taking my son with me. It was my stepfather. My stepfather is the father of that child. She's not having my baby, she's having my stepbrother. So yeah, is it too much? No, not even close. You take the blindfold off. You can get a lawyer.
We gotta fight this out in court, okay? If this is what you want.
Yeah, we'll fight it out in court and everything you did.
I did it because of how you are. Look at you. John was there for us. You were not. He took care of him. He took care of me.
It's his grandfather. Are you crazy?
What's wrong with you?
What's wrong with me?
Yes.
What's wrong with you? His grandfather? My father?
You left us. You never cared. You never cared.
This police officer thought he was just making another routine traffic stop until he recognizes someone in the car. He asks both of them to exit the vehicle, then breaks news to the driver that the woman he's with is his wife. The officer then lets the man go so he can confront his wife about her cheating.
Step out of the vehicle onto the left. Hey partner, I got this one. Both of you please, just on the left side. Can you please face the vehicle and put your hands where I can see them? You too, ma'am. Have you been drinking tonight, sir?
No, sir.
Can I please get you to come over here? Okay, please stand and go in a straight line and put one foot in front of the other. Ah, yes. How long have you known this woman for, sir?
About 2 weeks now. Yeah.
Okay. That's my wife, sir.
That's your wife?
That is my wife.
Really? Wow, I had no idea. I don't know what to say. I'm at a loss for words.
Can you please stand back near your vehicle, sir? I can't believe this.
I can't believe it either.
So I'm going to need you to go back in your vehicle and you can leave.
You want me to go?
Yes, sir. You can leave before I get angry.
Grab her stuff.
Yeah, that's fine.
I'm trying to say before I go, we are both victims of her games.
No worries, mate. It's not your fault. You're not the married woman who made Tinder. No worries, mate. How could you do this to me? Wasted 7 years on this. You know what? Wait, you can call your mum and she can come pick you up wherever the hell we are. Yeah, I'm dead serious.
No arguments, no yelling. Just let her face the consequences of her own actions. Respect to this man for staying calm throughout the situation. Wishing him the best in the future.
What are you doing?
What? I'm just having a drink.
You've drank the past 2 nights in a row.
Okay.
You said you weren't going to drink again.
You're right. I'm sorry. I'll pour it out. You know, honestly, I really appreciate it because, you know, you make me a better person when you do this, you know? So, like, I really appreciate that.
You're welcome.
Stupid bitch.
If women are always right and men are always wrong, then if a man says a woman is right, is he wrong or is he right?
You realize you can get detained in the gulag for asking that question? No. You realize that the Power Rangers are on their way right now to get rid of you because...
He represents pure logic, and as we'll see in the next video, many of them aren't exactly fans of that.
Never feel guilty for having to walk away from the good guy. Just because he's a good guy, just because he's a gentleman, just because he treats you well, just because he's generous, just because he's successful and he's nice and all of those things, that's not a reason alone to choose him. He could be a good guy, but that doesn't mean that he is good enough for you. Doesn't mean that he is right for you, and you should not have to compromise on your standards or your non-negotiables because he's a good guy.
She holds men to standards she can't even meet herself, then wonders why she's still single, complaining that good men aren't enough for her because she always wants more. We all know how notoriously bad women like this are at choosing men, yet they're incredibly good at complaining when their poor choices lead to obvious consequences anyone with common sense could have predicted from a mile away.
Any women. We arrive at the cabin well after dark because we had no cell service and none of us wanted to ask for directions. We all drop our gear right inside the door and proceed to stay up late drinking beer and eating our snacks, not wanting to go to bed in fear of missing out. At 6 a.m., we all wake up groggy, but get up anyway because fear of missing out. We make coffee, but nobody brought coffee filters, so it's all full of grounds. We make eggs, but nobody brought butter, so it sticks to the pan. At 7 a.m., we go for a walk in the woods, but get eaten alive by mosquitoes because nobody brought bug spray. At 8 a.m., we go fishing. We proceed to give each other pointers, but nobody catches a fish for 3 hours. Finally, one of us catches a tiny fish. We hold it as close to camera as possible to show off its girth. At 1 p.m., we realize we forgot sunscreen and are all getting burnt, so we head back to the cabin. At 2 p.m., we grill brats and eat them without buns or condiments. Chips and salsa are the only side we need. At 3 p.m., we argue about the structural integrity of the deck and the proper way to attach decks to houses. At 3:30, we decide it's best to just tear down the deck and rebuild it. At 3:45, we totally forget about the deck, and we all start feeling sluggish. It will be another 4 hours before any of us remember to drink water. At 6 p.m., we make dinner. Frozen pizzas. We don't have a pizza sheet, so it burns. We cut it with a pair of scissors and enjoy it. At 7 p.m., we go hunting for flies, because nobody shuts the screen door. At 8 p.m., we build a campfire and have intelligent conversations that definitely aren't about our wieners. We then take turns each playing the one part of the one song that each of us knows on the guitar.
In a color portrait world, she believes that she's got it all.
This is really good. And that's our day.
Yeah.
Women like to say that men who get rejected become the rudest assholes in the world, which I somewhat agree. However, have you ever rejected a girl from sex? Have you ever said, "I'm not piping you today"? That reaction. That's a reaction. She's gonna call.
There really needs to be a study on why so many of them instantly call a man gay the moment he simply tells them no. In their minds, if you don't agree with or do whatever they want, you must be gay or hate them. That kind of reaction is typical of an immature child, but I'm sure that doesn't surprise anyone here.
You ever live with a girl, and let's say you putting in crazy work. I'm talking about you paying the rent, you paying the bills. There's nothing in this world that will trigger more of a manly rage than to be coming home, you hungry, there's nothing's been done all day, and you hear her giggling on the couch looking at TikToks. Have you ever lived with a girl and you asked her, so what'd you do all day? Like, you know what I'm saying? I was at work, I put in some work like that, I worked heavy today, I've been working the last week, and she's like, oh, nothing, I just didn't feel good. How you didn't feel good? Oh, I haven't eaten. Why haven't you eaten? I don't know, I just forgot. Has never been through that moment. Have never been in that moment. That is some of the most rage-inducing. And then you kind of like, every time it happens, you like, well, can you clean this up? I'll do it later. I don't feel like it. You see that lip right there? Can you cook something? I'm kind of hungry. I might go take a shower. I might do some laundry. I don't feel like it. Can you order something? That's so you didn't do it all day. You just on the couch giggling at TikToks. Are you crazy? Nah, you can't.
Remember earlier when I mentioned how many of them behave like immature children? This is a perfect example. They expect you to do everything for them while showing no respect, reciprocity, or effort in return. Truly, We're living in interesting times.
The family computer to prevent me from playing video games till 5 a.m. And I would have a little challenge with myself to break into the computer by using the hint for the password. The first hint was "Hills Like White Elephant," which I found out was a Hemingway story. The password was Hemingway. I got in, played for a couple weeks until they caught me, and they changed the password. Second password was German school. I knew my dad went to school in Germany. I'd never remembered the name of the school, but he said it was somewhere in the mountains. So I Googled a bunch of different mountain German school names and tried them all until I got the right one. Played for a couple weeks in the middle of the night until I got caught, and they changed the password and the hint. And this went on, probably like north of 15, 20 passwords. Until my dad got smart, he stopped leaving hints. And that stumped me for a while. But then what got me back in the game was I duct taped a video camera on the ceiling above the family computer to film him typing in the password, go back, watch the footage in slow motion, and get the password that way. And that worked. I got in. But I remember thinking, dude, this is some kind of addiction.
Hey, being married is difficult life, man. It's crazy life in the jungle. My wife, she said to me, I want to go see my mother. I said to her, okay, let's go. She said, but I want to rest now. I'm tired. I don't want to go now. I said, okay, so rest. We go another day. She said to me, oh, you hate my mother. You don't want me to see my mother. And now she's angry, crying, real water coming out from the eyes. I didn't do anything. And now she kicked me out. I sleep here on the floor. And she's not a baby. She's from 1999. I swear to my God, she's a big woman crying a real tear. That's crazy. And she's a good person. And also, she supports Haitian, not feminism. I don't know how this happens that she changes like that, becoming on me angry like that. Now I'm kicked out, sleeping here like homeless on the floor. And now look, she bring another bed for herself to sleep next to me in the living room. But she says she's gonna sleep distance away from me. Is this normal behavior for a normal...
If you enjoyed this video, I guarantee you'll love the next one. I'll see you there.